Well, hello folks, and welcome to another episode of the Holdfast Garage. Today, a tribute to Prometheus, Pele, and other gods of fire.
Fire.
Okay. So as I've mentioned in previous episodes, part of the reason that Dad came out here was to bring a welding machine and his expertise, and we're going to try and tackle that big hole and a bunch of other little holes that are in the passenger compartment here. I've never welded before in my life. You have
Yes.
a time or two.
Not so much on real thin stuff like
Not-
this, so it's going to be a learning curve.
Sure.
But
And we intend to start with some of the smaller holes and cut patches from the tins that we ordered to patch those smaller holes before we tackle the big one. In part because the tin that we ordered, at least for the driver's side, it doesn't actually cover all the way up the footwell. So we're going to have to fashion a patch out of what remains anyway. So we don't want to use the full panel. So that's the plan. Stick around and see if it works or not. So using a totally OSHA approved lifting system, we've got the beast
hey,
up in the air.
patent is pending.
Indeed. And with a combination of heat and some PB blaster, we got all 4 rear seat belts out, which means that we could also get
The back seat rest.
the back seat rest out. So this is where the 4 of them were, and the outside ones each held a clip on the bottom of the seat rest. And once we had those out, then it just came off of those 3 hooks right there, and now we got access to the whole darn thing.
Now I can put the top in. We're set.
Put the top in?
We're going to put the top on, baby.
We do. Yes, eventually. Well, anyway,
Wow.
that's not why we came here, but, you know, we took about a 10-minute detour and did that, and
We needed to do that, so that's wonderful.
so just to give you a better visual, so this is where the pan actually ends, right here, naturally. And the replacement that we got also ends here. It's this up here that we will need to fashion our own patch. And then there's some little holes here and there. That guy there. And we have a passenger tin as well, so we can fashion patches for those holes. Should be a good time. We'll make her look brand new.
Heck yeah, that went just as good as I was hoping. All right. That'll work.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just need glasses. I got it tacked, and yeah, cool.
Okay.
It's proven.
Proof of concept?
Proof of concept. All right. son.
Yeah, we're losing daylight. So we got the seatbelts out, so that's good.
Great.
And we know that our OSHA approved lifting system,
It's
patent pending.
it's tested.
We've got proof of concept here, but it's a little chilly. We're losing daylight, so we're gonna put her back down, put it in the garage, and
Maybe raise it back up.
probably put it back up again, and get a few more things done. But we've changed our plan with regards to the patch.
We're gonna put the whole plate in. I trimmed the edge off a little bit, and we're gonna pound it down in and weld it right in place. So that'll be there, and all we'll have to do is patch up this front end with some pieces. And the welding with the welder looks to work really good, so I'm happy about that.
Okay.
I think it's gonna work out well.
All right. So back inside we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, short of doing a off frame, we're getting down to pretty close.
Yeah.
We're getting. This made me very happy that seat came out. 'Cause I was worried what was back there actually.
Yeah.
Not near as much as I had feared. I figured there'd be a bunch of mouse nest debris in there too, but
Not terrible though.
no, there's no debris there to speak of. Just a little rust here and there, but
Yeah. And every time we run the vacuum, we're getting rid of the smells.
it's getting better. Yes.
Once we can get new upholstery and padding, that'll vastly.
Yep.
All right.
Let me.
Everything is clear.
Can you reach under and unplug that? Yeah. I clamped it on a bolt there. Shouldn't be. Okay, good. All right, it's all clear and safe. We'll get the cord out of the way, and I'll plug the garage door back in. Clear on this side. Clear.
Coming down slow. Whoa! Or not.
Well. Good. I'm going to stand it up on this end.
Take it back out.
Slide it a little bit. There you go. Now I'll tip it up. There we go. Pretty. 30. Hmm? That screw hit?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the camshaft installed. Because we're going with roller cam and roller rock push rods, lifters I should say, I'll get it right yet. Lifters, we have to put this button in the timing gear to help make sure that it doesn't wander. It is gonna keep it within about 20 thousandths. That button rubs up against the timing cover and holds the cam in place so it doesn't wander. Because with the flat hydraulic lifters, it would stay in place better. But with the roller lifters, it might wander. So, we need to get this all in there and then check the clearance on it. Make sure she stays where she's supposed to. There is no thrust bearing in there. This engine was designed without one. The timing gear rides right up against the block boss. With 20 thousandths clearance to keep it floating. Hi there, you could get hit in the nose if you weren't careful. And just like that.
What you doing, Bella? Are you here to help? Yeah. Are you here to help? You're getting in the way. You're getting in the way.
We have to look up the torque setting on because we're going back torquing now.
That's true.
You know, we're assembling. That was close. Okay,
There we go.
perfect.
20 foot-pounds.
Just like that. Okay.
Now we put the cover on. So now that the button and the gear are in place and tight, we will tighten down the timing cover here and then check the clearance once everything's more or less put together. So you see the teeth of the gear down in there and Bandit's nose, and that is a 30, what do you got, 30 seconds?
60.
60? Oh, okay.
Back to the 30 now.
Two of them together. 2 30s makes a 60. So the gap that we want there between the block itself and the back side of the gear is 60 thousandths or less.
Less than 30.
There we go. So that's the travel that we're talking about.
That is right at 20 thousandths.
Perfect.
Okay, we're going to start putting the crankshaft bearings in. This engine's just been back from the machine shop, so it's clean as can be, but just wipe these all absolutely positively clean as can be, so that the bearings, and then clean the back side of the bearings. Now this is the lower, well, it'd actually be the upper one, because the notch matches up on that side. The notch for the upper side is in the center. The notch for this side is offset to one side, so you can tell them apart. And I assume that these are the same way. Yeah, these are the uppers. Or I'm gonna reverse order it. There we go. Those are offset, right?
Yes.
Yes. Where did my rag go? Here we go. Okay, I'll clean them up real good. Since we only have between 1 and 2/1000ths of an inch for oil clearance between the bearing and the crank, we want these as clean as possible and to fit right down in there. We don't want to waste having the oil on the back side of these to use up some of our clearance. And we are going to plastic gauge it when we get the crank on here to make sure that we've got that proper clearance. With a brand new machined crank and brand new bearings, we absolutely should have perfect.
Indeed.
Okay. They'll actually draw when the caps go on, but I want them pretty close before we start. Okay. Now, one more clean. Get my fingerprints off there so we don't find them later. Where's our bottle of assembly grease? Right here.
Yep, right there.
Okay.
And again, the reason that the assembly grease gets put on is so that when the engine first runs and it has oil in it, there's not a dry space between these moving parts, the moving and non-moving parts, and the engine oil can naturally replace the assembly oil.
Exactly. And I'm just going to put the grease on the bottom side here, as we have it set. It's actually the top side, but and hopefully it's 1/1000th of an inch. And then when the crank gets on there, the top will have 1/1000th clearance. We'll do those dry. Okay. The moment we've been waiting for. Put that crank back in there.
Indeed.
Let's go get it.
Okay. Ready? Yes. Spinning here.
just to explain what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So tear off a piece of plastic gauge. And this is the 100 thousandths to 300 thousandths size.
That's this stuff?
Yep. And then I'm going to clean this too. They are very clean, but that's all right. And we pinch it between cap and the bearings. Oh no. Bearings. I said bearing, didn't I?
You did.
It means I have to put a bearing in there.
You do.
Okay. Just like that. These are not numbered, they're all the same. Okay, another piece of plastic gauge.
F for front. Set her down on there.
Yep. Fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There it is. All right. There we go.
All right, folks. Well, this is where we're going to end it for this episode. But first, I need a little explanation, and maybe you do too, of what exactly this plastic gauge?
Yeah, correct.
How does I've never seen this before. So,
Okay.
if you
It's
would,
just a
please.
tiny little plastic style piece of rope. Very, very small. And you put it in there, put the bearings over the top of it. So, if there is only 1/100,000th of an inch of space, when we get everything torqued down to where it is, between the bearing and the crank itself, it will squish that plastic gauge out to that wide.
So then we take them out, or we just set that down
We
and
just set
measure
that
it?
down and measure it.
Okay.
Now, if it's 200 thousandths, it's like half as wide.
Okay.
And if it's 300 thousandths, it's
It'll be wider still.
narrower. Still.
Narrow. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It is counterintuitive. It's the more the clearance, the bigger, smaller the gauge is because there's more. It
Because
doesn't
it-
get squished.
Right.
So
Okay.
between those, we'd like to be between 1/100th and 2/100ths of an inch.
Okay. So we got the crankshaft laid in with the bearings and the caps. We are waiting on new bearing cap bolts. That's why we're wrapping this up now, because those have not arrived yet.
Correct.
So when those do come in, we'll sink those, like you said, torque them down to the required specification.
Yep.
And then pull them off
Pull
again
them off again.
to check the clearance.
Yep.
And the
And
clearance will be good, and then we'll put them back together.
Yes.
Yes.
The reason we're changing the bolts out is because they're 50 years old. You could probably, if it was a 10-year-old motor, pretty easy to get by with reusing them. They've been heat cool for 80,000 miles worth and 50 years of age. Metal ages to some degree just sitting too, So,
Well, going through Iowa summers, to
Summers
Iowa, to Iowa winters, that's
freeze thaw.
yeah,
So,
130-degree.
we think it prudent to
Change.
put in new bolts to make sure we get absolutely the right torque, compression on them, and that they are going to last. We don't
Right.
want to have one fail on us.
Especially since we've gone to all the work to take the motor all the way down,
Yes.
get it machined.
It's
Might as well do it right. So,
that's the plan.
yeah, that's the plan. And as I said, that's the end of tonight's episode, or today's episode. It's a two-parter. As you saw also, we brought home the heads from the machine shop. So we have everything back from Abacus Racing. Shout out to Seth, by the way. He did very good work from what we can see, and was more than helpful.
Yes.
So very, very happy with his work. But that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. As always, thank you for watching. Very much appreciate your patronage. If you're enjoying this, please tell your friends.
Tell your friends' wives. Tell your enemies.
Sure.
Tell your enemies' wives.
Potted plants. Tell everybody. Spread the
tell-
word. And we'll see you in the next episode.